Can SCOTUS decisions be appealed in lower courts? The Supreme Court of the United States, often referred to as SCOTUS, holds the highest authority in the American judicial system. When it comes to the decisions made by this esteemed court, many individuals may wonder about the potential for further legal recourse. Specifically, can these decisions be appealed in lower courts? To understand this, it is essential to recognize the role of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court serves as the final arbiter of legal disputes, interpreting the Constitution and federal law. Its decisions are binding across the entire country. Once the Supreme Court has rendered a decision, that ruling is considered the law of the land. This means that lower courts, including district courts and courts of appeals, are required to follow the precedent established by the Supreme Court. In essence, there is no mechanism for appealing a Supreme Court decision in lower courts. The rulings made by the Supreme Court cannot be challenged or overturned by any other court. This is a fundamental principle of the American legal system, ensuring that the Supreme Court's interpretations of law are uniformly applied. However, there are some nuances to consider. While lower courts cannot appeal a Supreme Court decision, they may be tasked with interpreting and applying that decision in future cases. This can sometimes lead to different outcomes based on the specifics of each case, but the overarching ruling from the Supreme Court remains unchanged. Additionally, if there are significant changes in law or new evidence arises, it is possible for the Supreme Court to revisit its own decisions. This is not an appeal in the traditional sense, but rather a reconsideration of a prior ruling. Such instances are rare and typically occur in cases that have substantial implications or where societal values have evolved. In summary, while the decisions made by the Supreme Court of the United States are final and cannot be appealed in lower courts, their impact continues to shape the legal landscape. Lower courts must adhere to these rulings, ensuring consistency in the application of law throughout the nation.